Good morning. My research study is titled Enhancing UNICA's Advanced English Pre-Service Teachers Reading and Speech. Introduction. Given that bilingualism has become a great priority in Colombia, it has been identified that more qualified teachers are needed for this matter. In order to contribute to fill this gap, UNICA has made great efforts to offer society high-quality bilingual training programs. Nevertheless, in order to have an insight of pre-service students' oral proficiency level, after having conducted a diagnosis test with 9 pre-service teachers, it was found that their speech was characterized by a syllable-timed written. Thus, with the aim of ameliorating the aforementioned issue, the purpose of this research was to provide 2 advanced English students with a series of 5 online lessons. Finally, it should be highlighted that this research will be conducted as a case study. Statement. The diagnosis test provided to students was based on segmental and suprasegmental features. It was conducted with 9 students of the course Advanced English of the BA in Bilingualism at UNICA, and revealed that students' constant production of a syllable-timed speech was a constant factor, which could give rise to future problems in communication related to intelligibility and difficulty attending their future students' needs in terms of pronunciation. The possible causes that could explain this could be language transfer, students' internal factors, or students' external factors. Lastly, in order to ameliorate the situation, this study is intended to implement a series of 5 online lessons based on shadowing and nursery rhymes. Main research question. How can the implementation of a series of 5 online lessons based on shadowing and nursery rhymes contribute to enhancing UNICA advanced students' rhythm in pronunciation when speaking English? Main research objective. To analyze the influence of a series of 5 online lessons based on shadowing and nursery rhymes on advanced students' reading and pronunciation when speaking English. These are the specific research questions and specific research objectives. Theoretical framework. The constructs that support this research are language transfer, intelligibility, suprasegmental features, and written. Review of literature. After having analyzed a series of studies related to this research, 3 categories were identified. In the pursuit of enhancing EFL students' written, suprasegmental pronunciation and intelligibility, and teaching pronunciation to EFL pre-service teachers. Research methodology. The context of this study is UNICA. The participants are 2 Spanish native students from advanced English class. Research paradigm, qualitative, research design, case study, and the instruments that are being used are pre-test, post-test, semi-structured interview, and field diary, and artifact. It should be highlighted that this study will be a descriptive case study, which is defined by Jean 2018 as a case study whose purpose is to describe a phenomenon and in its real-world context. Furthermore, it should be mentioned that this study will follow the stages proposed by Basie in 1999, identifying the research as an issue, problem, or hypothesis, asking the research questions and drawing up ethical guidelines, collecting data, generating and testing analytical statements, interpreting or explaining the analytical statements, deciding on the outcome and writing the case report, and finishing and publishing. it should be noted that a pedagogical intervention stage will be included. As for the method of analysis, it should be mentioned that grounded theory was considered useful in the achievement of the objectives of this research. Some of the authors that support this method are Glaser and Halton, 2004, Strauss and Corbin, 2014, and Sharmas, 2006. Besides, this study will follow the three types of coding proposed by Corbin and Strauss, 1990. Open coding, actual coding, and selective coding. The unit of analysis of this study will be UNICA's Advanced English Students' Production of a Stressed Time Reading. Finally, it is worth noting that for the time being, I'm still developing the first stage, open coding, and I have found 16 codes from the pre-test and the pedagogical intervention, 4 lessons, which will help me achieve the first objective of this study. Some examples of these categories are syllable timed speech, strong form of unstressed syllables, and pauses in the middle of the sentence. As a proof of this, we can appreciate the next audio.
It was a point when it stayed as if intending us to follow.
Lastly, it is pertinent to note that from the codes I have identified, one category has emerged so far, which is syllable timed speech. These are the references. Thanks for sharing.